supplication, asking God to meet your needs. And when you pray, not if you pray. Why? Jesus took it for granted that you pray. Jesus didn't say if you pray. Jesus never said if you fast. He said when you pray. He said when you fast. He took it for granted. Believers ought to pray. And when you pray, do not keep on bubbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him. Which begs the question, if God knows our needs, why should we tell him? You see, we don't pray to inform God. We pray to invite God into our situations. Even before you pray, God already knows. So when you pray, you are partnering with God. You are asking God to take over. You are telling God you're interested in him meeting your needs. I need us to know this. Jesus is saying, don't repeat yourself like pagans. They think by over-repeating themselves, they will be heard. What is Jesus saying? Be specific. Write down your prayer items so that when God answers one after another, you will be able to give thanks and God gets the glory. Write it down. Lord, I am now praying, bless me with a wife. But I'm praying, oh God, I'm just imagining your prayer item. This is your prayer item. You have no apologies for it. Lord, I'm praying for this woman who is very supportive and humble, who will be able perhaps to submit to me. And we can work together. I'm praying for a woman who is entrepreneurial because I want to get into business. Specify what you're looking for. That works the other way around if you're praying for a man. If you're praying for a job, just tell God, God, I have done my application in Coca-Cola to be the head of strategy. I pray that my CV will be looked at with favor. I'm praying for my work environment. That God, I will get guys around me who we will be able to agree, read from the same script. In John 14:14, you said, ask me whatever you want and I will do it. Lord, I hold you accountable on your word. Specify your prayer items. Write them down and then keep praying. That doesn't mean you repeat yourself. There's a difference between repeating yourself and being persistent. Persistence means you pray for the same item until God answers. Repeating yourself means, oh God, heal our brother Doug. Oh God, heal Doug. Oh God, heal Doug for 30 minutes. You're not praying. You're wasting time. God is not deaf. You're babbling like the Pharisees. That's what they used to do. And Jesus warned us not to treat God as though he is deaf or he's not interested in answering our prayers. Jesus asked a question. If we've been wicked, when our child asks us for a loaf of bread, we don't give them a rock. When they ask for fish, we don't give them a snake. Yet we are wicked. How much more shall our righteous Father give good things to his children? So you don't need to babble, but it means you can pray for the same prayer item for weeks, for months, even for years. God promised Abraham a child at the age of 75. God answered that prayer when Abraham was 100 years. You can pray for a husband when you're 24, and you get that husband when you're 45. Because you have no clue what is God is protecting you from. He could be protecting you from yourself because you are not ready for marriage. And if he blessed you earlier, you would end up in divorce. Trust God for what you're praying for. It may not be answered right now, but in the right season, God will answer it. Sometimes when we pray and we don't see answers immediately, we think we are doing something wrong. No! It's just that it may not be the right season. It may not be your harvest season. When your season comes, you reap the harvest.